Look how fascinating this is. See how it went to seed? This is my favorite part about filming, and that this is my job. It allows me to notice the details I probably wouldn't have otherwise. Isn't she beautiful? I look forward to working with it. I don't have a lot of plans yet, but knowing myself, I will probably be making a salve, so stay tuned for that, but it'll still be some time now. I may find a use for it strictly as an oil, or I might use it in my experimentation for some new recipes, but we'll see. Also, I know it may seem like a bit of an unnecessary step to have moved the oil into this cup and then to move it back into this jar, but I did not come prepared with enough jars, so I had to clean this one out, and that cup is not a permanent residence, so there's your explanation. I gathered up a bit of goldenrod the other day, and it's been up here drying. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I need to separate the blossoms from the rest of the plant first. Goldenrod has long been one of my favorite plants here, and unfortunately this year it hasn't been growing in abundance in my yard, but luckily I found it on a walk by the river the other day. It's a very fun magical herb, and I actually did a post on it recently on Patreon, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Like I said, I have some work to do before it's fully ready to be worked with, but I'm not really sure. Last year I had gathered up some maiden oil here, and I actually ended up making a salve in Washington. And I filmed the process, but I never posted it or finished the editing of it. So maybe this year I'll do something similar. I ended up mixing this with some of my remaining plantain oil in order to make a bit of a burn salve, and it's been really wonderful. I should maybe do that again. The plantain is very abundant right now here, so perhaps that will be part of my day, going out and harvesting some of that. I actually need to make a list of all the things I want to gather up here before I leave. But I'm excited with this guy. It's actually dried rather nicely. It's pretty much fully dried in just a handful of days. So very happy with that. And hopefully I'll be able to find more before I leave. But if I don't, this is still a pretty good amount. Guess who found another jar? I have been searching the house for another one. I had an idea earlier with the goldenrod to make it into an oil again, like I said, how I did last year, but I never really showed the process, and so I figured why not do it now? But as I had to do earlier with the calendula oil, I wasn't really quite so prepared with the number of jars I brought. I don't know why I didn't think this through. I had hoped there would be more here, but my mom had done a lot of canning already, so all of the jars were taken and have tomatoes in them now, so found this one though, and I also want to do a honey with it. Hazel just stole a Tupperware. I have this jar to make a honey in. It wouldn't be great for another oil because of the cork lid, but they're pretty okay with honeys. Sometimes it does get sticky, but if you don't mix it up too much, it's pretty good, but you know, I don't have a ton of other options. I do actually have this jar with me, so I could maybe use this, but I was hoping to make a raspberry vinegar with this one, so I'm actually gonna keep that out so I remember to do that. So this jar and this jar are coming with me, along with the goldenrod that I somehow managed to misplace. Wish me luck.
Your helper. What's this? Let's see what that is. Let's see what that is. This goldenrod.
Nope, different camera. Let's try that one. Sorry for all the filming with my cell phone today in this vlog. Yeah, it is the easier one to film with when my microphone is dead, and then right here in front of the window, it's evening right now and you can't so much tell when I'm filming with my phone, but you can tell with my camera. Plus, I guess this one has a little bit of a wider view, but I thought I would sit here and chat with you a little bit while I worked on picking apart the goldenrod. Since this one is the honey, I only really want to put the flowers in it. The honey is really good for helping those with seasonal allergies, especially that of pollen. There's a lot of folklore on this, and it is debated about the benefit of honeys and herbal honeys, but personally I've had some good experiences with using flowers to just kind of help combat that, and it's especially best done with local honey, but I'll allow you all to do research on that as you wish. So I just want to pick this one apart, and then for the oil I'm not going to be so picky. I'll use flowers, stems, and leaves, and just enough to fill this up, but this one's going to be just as many flowers as feels right. Alrighty, this jar is full, but I think I still have enough to fill a second one. So I do have a tinier version of this jar, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. That'll work. Good morning. I am out here. It is just before dawn right now. The sun should come up really any minute. And I don't have my microphone, so you probably hear the cicadas and the train pretty loud right now. But I'm out right now gathering up more milk thistle. Last week's experiments with it kind of failed. I wasn't too happy with the final product, and there were some mishaps in the way of hazel, and so this week I'm going to start again and, excuse me little spider, start again and try something a little different. I got a lot of comments. I had trouble getting it to set up properly. So a lot of people said to use green apples and focus on using mainly the peels, and so we're gonna try that. I'm going to probably lessen the number of these I pick. I only really need about 2 cups of the flower heads, and I underestimated their poofiness when I was picking them apart last time, so it'll be a lot of fun. I got a lot of tips last time on perhaps how to hold them to keep them from poking me. I think my favorite was the one that said to stab them with a fork. I think that'd be very effective, but taping my fingers or wearing gloves would also probably be very effective, though because it is very early in the morning and I don't really know where everything is, I am just going to be grabbing it with this. And it seems to work pretty well. 2 layers of this. Ow. Okay, it's not perfect. And that is set. Looking forward to working with it tomorrow. Alrighty, and that is that, I guess. You can see the steam pretty well on my phone camera, so that's what we're rolling with again. We'll see if using the phone is a good move, but it works really well for filming these just because of the wide angles. I may just look into getting a better lens for this, but I am really happy with this project so far. I'm glad that I get to revisit it. It was one that I was upset didn't work out all the way, but I'm glad that I shared it anyways. And I'm looking forward to finishing this one up tomorrow. But I'm going to close out this vlog today I am hopeful to get it out to you a little bit later, so I have some editing to do, and some waiting on this one, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. Sorry, there's a coffee maker. It's been a very productive time. I've been really enjoying getting to work with all these forageables. It fills my heart with a lot of joy, and it's my favorite way to work. It's making me really appreciative of how I grew up in more ways than I think I had ever realized, or at least more ways than I had before. This is the land that sparked all of my interest in everything. It's what led me to learn about herbalism and craft and build my practice. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't grown up here, I don't think. And it feels good to be back. It's nice to visit. But anywho, I'm gonna close this out here, and I will see you soon in the next one. I'm still gonna be here in the next one. I know that for sure. All right.